Hello everyone. Today I would like to tell you a short thought on audience. Number 1. First, the speaker welcomed the student to the new course and he introduced the textbook for economics for new millennium was available at university bookstore. Next, he commented the price would be steep, but he thought that would be fine it were well worth it, and he suggested bringing to the next class. Finally, he announced to them there would be two exams, a midterm and a final, and besides they would have write several short research papers. Number 2. First, the speaker reminded the employee to be aware of their returns policy, and she suggested not accepting any returns from customer without a dated receipt. Next, she reminded them to check the item carefully to make sure all returned items were in good condition before accepting, because they had problems in the past with a customer return damaged goods. After that, he reminded them to they issue store credit, not cash, for returns. Finally, she suggested telling her if they received complaints about this from customers. Number 3. First, the speaker introduced the doctor's office. Next, he suggested hanging up and calling an ambulance if there were an emergency, or calling back during our regular office hour if they would like to make an appointment or ask for medical advice. Next, he said they were opened from 10 to 6 Monday through Friday, and from 9 to 12 on the first Saturday of each month. Finally, he suggested making an appointment because they didn't accept walk-ins. First, the speaker asked the flight attendant to remind the passengers because they would be landing shortly. Next, she suggested checking on seat belts were fastened and asking the passengers to turn off on cell phones and recording devices. Finally, he reminded them to find out if there were anyone with more children requiring extra assistance, or if anyone needed help getting to a connecting flight. First, the speaker announced to the audience the following were public service announcements brought to them by Radio Chót-Audience. Next, he said because of the storm, the government officials were asking the city residents to conserve water. The residents not to fill the swimming pools or water their garden until further notice. Next, after that, he said the government was asking residents to do that on voluntary basis, although if the situation became severe, the fine would be imposed. Finally, he suggested staying tuned to Radio Chót-Audience for on the latest updates. First, the speaker thanked the people for calling the city hotline and their information source for all city events. Next, she suggested pressing 1 for theater schedule and tickets orders, pressing 2 for music information, including information on special exhibits, the lecture series at the Art Museum, and the foreign films series at the History Museum. Next, after that, he suggested pressing 3 to hear about upcoming sports event at the city stadium. Finally, he suggested staying on the line to speak to an operator. First, the speaker announced to the visitor the History Museum was our last stop that day, so they would spend 2 hours there. Next, he said recording tours were available at the front desk for the small fee, and he also has free informational brochures about permanent exhibits for anyone who were interested. Finally, he suggested the visitor returning to the bus no later than 5:30, and then the bus would take them to their hotel to enjoy dinner and an evening program. First, the speaker said to the audience they had terrible traffic that morning because of a car broke down on the Route 1 near the airport, and road construction was slowing traffic over the city bridge. Next, he reminded them to avoid Route 1 as possible and to prepare for a long, slow travel to work that morning. Finally, she suggested taking the bus or subways. First, the speaker wanted to confirm if their company was looking to hire skilled computer technicians, and if they wanted to hire technicians who had been trained with state-of-the-art equipment. Next, she said the graduates of Computer Technology Institute was highly trained and skilled technicians able to handle all their routine technician problems. Finally, he suggested hiring the one that day because unskilled graduates were eligible to become certified computer technicians. First, the speaker commented buying a house could be confusing, especially in that day's market. Next, he said the first step was obtaining a loan from the bank, and he reminded them to get the necessary paperwork from a bank official to apply for a home mortgage. Finally, he suggested having a proof of their income and financial assets that would help the official determine how large a loan they qualify for. Thank you for listening.